Hello, everybody. I've been having trouble with my phone and getting on Facebook. On Facebook Live, things just weren't working, and anyway. Long story long. I'm so glad you're here today. We are going to make some Halloween treats with the Potions and Spells bundle, and I have so many cute samples to show you. We do a swap with my team every month, and they came last night with so many cute projects, and so I'm going to share those with you today as well. So when you jump on, make sure you say hello, let us know where you're from. I know I'm weird in the camera because I clicked to go and my phone wasn't in I accidentally clicked the to go button and my phone wasn't in the holder, so I'm at a weird angle here, and I'm kind of holding it up. I'm going to go ahead and get you pointed down. If we haven't met before, I'm Joey, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And I've got to click a button here. I'll go upside down, but you will go right side up when you see the project. So here we go. If you were waiting for me live on Facebook, I'm sorry I'm late. I know I am late. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm right on time, so I've got that going for me. I just need to get going here. I've got my iPad in front of me, and I just have to pull up the video so I can see what you're seeing and make sure I'm in the picture. It looks like I'm fairly well in the picture. Let's move this host code over, more centered, like maybe about here. So you can see it, because you can get this class for free this week if you use the host code. So we still have host codes. We're not always going to have them in Stampin' Up, but we have them right now. Looks like I went too far with my camera. Let me sneak it back just a touch. Okay, let me pull you up also on my laptop here. It looks like that looks better on your screen, and then I just have to pull up my Facebook page on my laptop, because that is where I see your comments. So, and if you're watching on YouTube, welcome. If you enjoyed the video, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel as well. Last night was my team meeting, and we do a Zoom. We do in-person and Zoom. So, trying to get the sound turned off on there we go, turned off on my computer. And so we change around, the whole point of talking about that is we change around the phone stand that holds the camera so that the people on Zoom can see the demonstration. And my team members do the demonstration. I don't normally do that, but they do it, and so that's how we do it, so that everybody can see it, whether they're in the in-person meeting or at home watching. So, and it's taken me a while to get on here. I don't know if you're commenting yet. If you are, I will get back to your comments. I can't see them quite yet. Oh, Diane's here, Liz is here, Julie's here, Pam and Kathy. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy you're here. Okay, let me tell you the story about this. I was a little late for this. I didn't order it right away. It came out as online exclusives 2 months ago, I guess it would have been. And I was waiting for the holiday mini catalog, because there's always a big spread of Halloween and matching paper and embellishments. Well, there was not this time. So I quickly ordered the Halloween sets that were in the online exclusives, and this is a super cute one. So I didn't order it because I didn't think it was cute, but I wanted to see what else was available. So these are all the dies, and we're going to use a lot of these today. I hope you have, hi Kim, Kim's on my team, she was here last night with us. I hope you have a drink in your hand, or you're here with me and have some time to just rest and relax and watch some cards today. Because these projects, there are 3 3D projects, so they're treat boxes, and then the last one is a card. So they are going to take a little bit longer. 3D always takes longer. So I hope you'll stick with me. If you can't stick with me, you can always come back and replay it later. I'm going to show you a few of my team cards. So this was one of them last night. This one she put the wink of Stella on top of it, and then she did double. I like that she did the double book stacks there. And then here's all the bubbles coming out of the cauldron. Anyway, this is really cute. I'll show you something about these broom stamps in a minute, but here's another one. We decided, this is a fun fold. We decided that these dies look like, the nested essential dies look like coffins. So that worked, and the kitty has a bow tie. I thought that was cute. Now here's one. This is Kim. She's the one that's watching right now. So she put Versamark and clear embossing powder on black cardstock. Can you see the texture there in the cauldron? I'm not sure it's visible, but it's there. So, and she's got the black, oh, the kitty's eyes have Wink of Stella. That was a good idea. I didn't notice that. And here's an adorable one. We got out of black and gold and green and went to pink. And I think, you know, if you know me, you know I love pink. So I thought this was super cute. Okay, I'm ready. Let's get going. The first one we're going to make is this little treat box, and it will hold a Kit Kat. It would hold other kinds of candy too, but this one is good for a Kit Kat. I'm going to put my measurements there. One of the reasons I was late, I was trying to print my PDF that's going to go out to everybody that makes a $40 purchase this week, and the computer would not print. Ugh. You know how that goes sometimes? Okay, we are going to, I have already scored this for you, but I'm going to show you how I scored it. I'm actually going to get out my trimmer, and mine is scored, but we're going to score it together so that you can see it up in person. So one side is 6, one side is, let's see if this is this my 6-inch side. One side is 7.5, so that's 7.5. This is my 6-inch side. So we're gonna look at the 7.5-inch side first, and we're gonna score this at 1/2. Now, okay, I'll just do it like this. Usually I turn my paper the other way when it's, does that make sense? Oops, I have to better get my cutting blade out of the way. That will make life really tough. Hi, Martha. Oh, good. I'm glad you're happy to see some projects with this set today. So, as I said, we're going to go to 1/2 inch. Here's the 1/2 inch mark here. So, I'm going to go first to that. So, 1/2 inch. This is on my 7.5 inch size. So, here's the 1/2 inch. I have to actually look at my measurements. I don't have them memorized. I did, but now I don't. And then we're going to go to 3.5 here. So, 3.5. And then one more right here, and then we're going to 7. Now our trimmers have this little arm that reaches out, so it comes in really handy because it goes all the way to 17 inches. So now we're going to score at 7, okay? 1/2 inch, 3.5 inches, 4, and 7. Now we're going to turn it to the short way, and we're going to score on 1/2, and I'm going to go this direction this time. So here's the 1/2 going that way, and 1. We're going to go 1/2 inch further and go to 1. Okay, so those are all the measurements. Now, if you do put in an order this week, you'll get the very detailed PDF file, and it has close-up pictures, and it has pictures of the cutting and all of that. All right, let's cut this first. Now I just have to kind of look at my sample first. So we're going to cut from, I'm going to get my bigger scissors for these bigger cut lines. We're going to go from this score line. So we're going to cut all of this off on this side. So I'm going to start there. I'm trying to stay in the screen so you can see. So I'm going to go, well, I better do it this way because this is how I usually cut it, and so I'm going to cut it how I usually cut it instead of how I try to explain. I'm going to cut this with a little bit of an angle going up like this. Now we want this square on, but we want to cut this little tiny square off. Cut like that. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to cut up on this score line as well. And I'm kind of angling it just a bit. And then obviously we have to cut here as well, because we need this, we're trying to make tabs here. So now I'm going to cut all the way, or I'm going to cut this tab off right here. So far we have this. And let's crease all these creases. I'm taking my bone folder, which I should have probably done that first. So let me go like this and crease those, and we're going to fold all these in. Many years I've done, for many years, I've done several craft fairs in the fall. So I always, my glass mat's loud when I put my bone folder on it. I've always made a lot of treat boxes, both Christmas and Halloween. Sometimes a few fall treat boxes, but in general, it's Halloween that people want. I'm going to do that one again. Halloween and Christmas. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. Now we're going to take our DSP. Now for my sample, I used the Zinnia, Flowering Zinnia Designer Series paper. But yesterday in the mail, I got my Halloween paper, the new Halloween paper, and I'll show it to you this is on one side. We're going to use this side. I'll show it to you when we're ready to put our box together after we've gotten that done. So this is 3x4. Now, I know it doesn't go to the top, but there's no use in wasting your paper because we're going to cut this off. Actually, I'm going to go like this. There's kind of a raggedy edge there, and I'm going to cut that end off, so I'm going to go ahead and tape it there. Now, if you're making a lot of these, or you're making even a few, I would use liquid glue. I'm not going to use it today for this part of it. So this is how this looks now. Okay, got this so far. Now, you're going to take your ruler and you're going to go, so this is 5 inches here. You're going to go down, you're going to go to the 3-inch mark. Okay, so if you think of 3 inches up from your DSP, or you can think 2 inches down from the top, but you want to go to your 3-inch, you're measuring from this score line. So let's go ahead and put a pencil mark there at the 3, and I'm going to put it right at the 3. You probably can't see that, but you'll be able to see what I'm doing once I get further along. So now I'm going to take my trimmer and we're going to cut this time. Hi, Donna. Oh, was I gone? Oh gosh, I don't know what's going on. Dang. Okay, girls, hang on a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close up every window on my browser here and see if we can keep, if that helps at all. I don't know, because I'm not sure. Looks like I'm on. Okay, I didn't see it freeze. Now it looks like it is frozen again. Oh no, it looks like it's okay. I don't know, friends. I don't know what's going on. It's been that kind of a technology day already before I ever got here with my printer and then my phone. So I don't know. Maybe because we're doing Halloween. So now I'm going to go from this score line, this one, to the furthest left from this corner, because we're going to cut across like this. So I'm going to find my 2-inch mark here, and I'm going to bring that down, and then I'm going to find this. Am I in the picture? Here, this score line, it's the second one, and then the 2-inch mark is right here. Okay, so there's the groove, the cutting groove, and then here's the cutting groove. So I'm just going to cut from that corner. Oh, and then it moved, of course. Okay, let's go like this. Let's go from this other side. Like that. Okay, so there's Wait a minute, is that right? That's not right. Is that right? No, that's not right. What happened here? Oh, we had this last night going. Maybe I need to go from... Okay, this is the... Where's the 2-inch mark? Let's see what happens if we go... That's too far down. Oh, somehow I'm at... No, I'm at 3. Oh dear. Let's just... What the heck, girls? I'm not sure because I should be cutting off. I didn't start down far enough, but I'm not sure why. Cut there to... More of this needs to be cut off. Oh, maybe I should have started at that. Oh, I think I did the wrong thing. I think I should have started at this score line, this second one in, not the furthest one. Let's see if that changes it. And then go to this mark. No, that doesn't change it. Okay, I'm just going to chop this off. And I'll get it fixed for you. So sorry. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Because we have to come down here and cut. So I'm going to go, I know I have to cut below the DSP, so I'm just going to go from my DSP to my 3-inch mark. Does that make sense? So going like this, like that. I'm not sure. That's not right, but I'll get you going. I'll get this figured out, and then I'm going to cut that off, and then we're going to go. It's still not right. Oh my gosh. I remade this box this morning as well, and it went fine, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I can't remember. All right, and I don't have my PDF because it wouldn't print. So we need to cut. I'm just going to wing it. Don't make this box, or at least don't. I'll have it figured out in the directions when I send the email. Oh my goodness, what the heck? We want to come down. We want to come down further. So I'm just going to cut. I need to get to this mark, and I need it to cover the DSP. So I'm going to put this cutting blade down like that. We're just going to go with that. But you get the idea. Sorry, kids. That was not supposed to be that rocky. Okay, let's go like that. Now let's put our box together. So we're going to fold all these in like so. This is going to go, this bottom's going to go back like this. So these tabs are going to fold in. This is going to go back. And I might have to redo this just as a video so that there's no hiccups in it. And if I do that, I'll send that out in my email so that you're not confused. And then this is going to come up like this. Now I'm going to put some not Terran tape. Yeah, for the sake of the video, I'll use Terran tape. But if I were doing this for a craft fair, I would be using, wait a minute, is this going to go like this? This is going to go under, and this is going to go like, yeah, that's right. This is going to go like this. This part, I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I did with my... I had it all figured out this morning. I even rewatched the video of the person who I got the idea from, which is Melissa Faust. If you follow Melissa, she made this box. Okay, so, and then we're going to put some Terran tape down. How about 2 inches from the bottom instead? 2 inches from the bottom. Well, but look, Liz, this is 3. So somehow I did this part wrong. Maybe I was supposed to mark 1 inch down. So I'll get that figured out for the tutorial, or I'll make a second video. But it's 3. You're going to go 3 from your DSP. We were right with that. And then I think you're going to start 1 inch down. See how that's going to be? And there's the very edge of the DSP. So I'm not going to take the time on live video to redo that because you'll be like, there's no way I'm watching through this again. And then this, I have to figure this taping out. So this is gonna go, okay. So this is going to flap here. So if you're trying to take a screenshot of where the tape goes or the glue goes, it goes down the outside tab on the right and the bottom tab on the very bottom. The very bottom one. Okay, let's take your, here's a hint for how to get off your tear and tape. So just make sure it's creased down really well, and then just take the edge of your snips and pick up. And it comes off usually pretty easily. Like so. There you go. Sometimes it's kind of hard to grab that piece. Okay. Yeah, I think we were supposed to come down an inch and we missed that. Let me double check that on my, I know you can't see it. Well, let me grab my ruler so you can see it. Well, this says this is 1 1/4 inches. So you're going to start, and you know what's the easiest way? Just look to see where the top of your DSP is and just cut from your DSP all the way over. Is that better? That's going to work. That's what I ended up doing, even though I took around the world way to get there. All right, now I think that's all we need to do before we assemble the rest of this. So I'm tucking this under. Gotta take a deep breath because now I'm flustered. I hate to waste your time. All right, let's go around like this. I'm gonna pull that up and I've got this down like so. And again, I would use liquid glue here. It would be easier to tape this. But for the sake of the video, oops, I don't have my corner tucked in. Oh, the other thing about tear and tape is you can probably pull it apart. So I need to tuck my corners in, and then I've got tear and tape along this edge. Now, since I don't have glue here, I'm gonna grab my bone folder and I'm gonna crease this down just to make sure it's all. So here's our basic box. Now, the other thing we have to do is, and we can't really do this until we've closed our box, is to we're going to snip this off. So I'm just going to take my paper snips and we're going to take this part off. You know, this morning when I woke up, I thought I have other boxes for Kit Kats. Maybe I should just switch it because my team and I struggled with it last night too, but then we had it figured out and then I thought I was ready for today, and obviously I was not correct. Okay, let's go ahead and get some other things done here. This is the little slip that goes on the inside of this. Now, oh, no, not that one, because that one's too tall. I must have grabbed the wrong one, so we'll cut this off. So the width is right, so I need to cut this off about, looks like about 1/2 inch. Let's try that. You know, I had a suspicion this morning it was gonna go a little haywire. Is it 1/4 inch? Is that enough? Again, I have it on the, oh, we need a little more. I think I said 1/2 and then I cut it at 1/4. I just had a feeling this morning it was gonna, oh, and then look, I don't know what's going on. You know what, forget it. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna stamp at the top of this and I'm just gonna tape it in. So let's get we're gonna do the Halloween, Happy Halloween on this one. Oh my gosh. I make videos to help you and I probably have you so confused by now. But a lot of you are very experienced paper crafters, so if you're new, I'm sorry, this is so confusing. But we're just gonna do this, and then we're just gonna go ahead and tape that in. I have on the directions the right measurements for this piece so that you can take it in and out and you can write on it so that you can have a person's name on it, but we're gonna just tape this down like so. Okay, so then it's secure. Let's go ahead now, and we have some stamping to do for this guy, but I've already done some of it. We have a kitty, no, I have a crow on this one, so I've done that one, and then the books we need to color, so let me color those guys. I'm gonna start with our Highland Heather, and let's just do one purple one up here. Get this stuff out of here. We're just hanging out with friends though, right? Oh my goodness. You know, and so many viewers, so sweet. Like just this morning, I got an email from someone who said, I just want to let you know that I really enjoy your videos. So I'm hanging on to that today because we've had a little bit of a rocky start, but I think we figured it out. I think if you're just watching the video to make this, you still can make it. Just doing the revised version of starting your cut down and to where your DSP starts, and then just go to your 3-inch mark. That's the key to that, which I don't know why that was confusing originally, but somehow I got it mixed up. Okay, now we're gonna do Granny Apple Green, all these cute little books. And I was gonna show you the DSP. The DSP has all these cute little books in it. And then maybe we need some pumpkin pie. Let's get some pumpkin pie going in here. Anyway, I do usually make a lot of treat boxes for my craft fairs at Halloween. So, and I know some of you that watch me are also demonstrators, and you do a lot of craft fairs too. So I know some of you specifically watch for my craft fair ideas. So that's what we're doing today. Or we're just, if you do special Halloween for your little people or even your big people, then you have some ideas today about some treat boxes you can make. So now I don't think we need that. We need to do the broom. So let's get the dies out for the broom. So we have a skinny piece here, and in your kit you'll have all the pieces to die cut all of this. Anything that is not part of the bundle, I'll die cut for you. I'll have all the scoring done in your kit. I'll have all the scoring done, and every project will be in its own little package. So all the pieces for a single project are just in one packet of supplies so that you don't get mixed up with all your projects. So let's just go ahead and do this. We've got that die cutting done. Okay, we're set, my friends, to go here. Let's see, where is my top piece? It's right here. So let's get this going. You know, at the last minute this morning, I almost switched this box to a treat holder that I've made literally hundreds of, just a little matchbox holder. But I thought, well, a lot of you have probably seen that or know how to make those. So hopefully you can figure this out. I think it's just that one little cut we missed, which I think we've got that all figured out. So I think you'll be good, even from just the video, even if you don't get the PDF. Okay, this is gonna be our kind of our background for our label. So we're gonna grab some dimensionals. Let me, down to the tail end of these, so let's just go ahead and cut these up. And keep going with this cute little guy. Now, if I was doing this for craft fairs, or if I had to transport these to give them away, say to work or something like that, I would, I'm going to put this like right here. It's a little offset there. Like so. Whoops, that's kind of crooked. Hang on. I would put a couple of mini glue dots on my candy bar itself. Okay, like that. And then let's go ahead and, now this broom is kind of long if you assemble it the way they have it. So I'm going to shorten it up just a little bit, and I'm going to put this part in back. Here's the handle, and there's a little nub down at that end. But I'm going to put that in back of my broom so I can shorten it a little bit. So let's keep going down here. Here we go. I want it to be about, yeah, about like that. Maybe a little shorter, just because I don't want this little handle to be too vulnerable to getting bent. So I'm gonna go ahead and put another glue dot here. I'm putting it right under this top part of the broom now that I know how long I want to make it. Okay, let's just go like this. Let's do these guys first. So we'll do potions and spells down. Well, no, we're gonna do the broom first. So this is gonna go like that. So let's get some dimensionals for that. I'm gonna put a dimensional down at the bottom of the broom, kind of to secure that handle, but I am gonna put another mini glue dot at the top of it. I think my screen is not freezing. Let me know if it freezes, although there's probably not anything more I can do from my end. Okay, so we're gonna get this broom up kind of like this. It's gonna be off the edge like that. Oops, didn't take off the backing. That doesn't help, so make sure you take off the backing when you're using your dimensionals. Okay, let's come down like this. And then let's go ahead and, you know what I'm going to do first, because I don't want my images to be covered up by the bow. I'm going to make my bow first. Usually I do that last. We're going to use this fabulous black and vanilla ribbon. This is the easiest ribbon to tie, and it's so pretty, and it goes with so many things for Halloween and fall. Well, Christmas too, for that matter. Actually, it's good all year round, but I especially love it for fall. I'm not sure why. Now let's see if that's still too big. Might be too big. We don't want to cover up our cute little crow. He's got a cute little face. And so a little bit smaller. Okay, so let's try that. So he's gonna go on here with mini glue dots. And we're going to put that around our little broom right there. And then we're going to take this guy, maybe stick him over there. We don't want to hide everything. That bow still is kind of sticking out, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and do this. We're just taking off dimensionals, and we're gonna just stick this little guy over here. You know what? This is not working. I gotta pull this up. Hang on. I got flustered. I got very flustered with my box. And everything needs to this broom should kind of fit together right under my potions like that. And then it seems to hang together a little bit better. You know, I should have stuck with my inclination this morning to just do my Matchbox treat, but we'll do this one, and you let me know if you try it and it works for you. It does hold a Kit Kat, so that I know for sure. Let's get this little crow sitting up here so that he shows. And then let's put some purple gems. Remember these purple shimmer gems? They were super popular with that lavender. Was it painted lilacs or painted lavender that came out? I think it was last spring. Everybody fell in love with it, including me. Grabbing my tool here. Take your pick tool. Sometimes it has two ends to it. Sometimes it loosens up and it comes undone. So I really like purple for Halloween, so we're gonna do purple here. Let's go here, and maybe one more if we have room. Maybe we'll do one. Let's let's see, maybe here, over there. So there's our box. And let's get out let's see if this works. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so it works. And I did get the dark chocolate of this one because I thought it worked with, you know, the Halloween stuff a little bit better. I got this at Walgreens. I'm guessing you can probably get them at most of your grocery stores if you specifically want that color. Or they might even have other Halloween ones too. Okay, there's project number 1. Here's my first one. You guys, this still isn't right. I have no idea what happened. I think... I'm not going to worry about it, but it looks to me like this side, the DSP was longer, but I know for sure this is a 3x4 piece of DSP. I will redo this on a single video and I'll send it to you if you're on my email list. If you're not on my email list, you should be, because I do send a free tutorial almost every week. Last week I sent 4 free project sheets. So if you're not on my email list, make sure you get there. Okay, now we're gonna make another treat box. You're probably going, oh great. This one's really easy. So this one, the base of it, this is the Cauldron. So we're gonna make this little guy, and then I'll show you what I'm gonna put in it. So we'll set him aside. Now the little box that's on the inside of this is a 4x4 piece of cardstock. And then I have scored this one at, I think it's well, let me not say it out loud. I scored it at 1.5 and then 2.5, so there's an inch between those two. And then on the long side, they're both 4x4. On the opposite side, you're gonna go 1 inch and 3 inch. Make sense? Okay, then you're going to trim it just like this one. I'll go ahead and do it really quick just so you get to watch it, because sometimes it just helps to actually see it. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna do my score lines first. And then it's easier to burnish once you have your score lines done, rather than after you've already done the cutting. Okay, so this time we're going to go, same thing, we're going to miter these corners. This is a super easy box. If you've crafted 3D projects at all, you've made an easy box like this. And then, now, one of my team, I'll give you one of my, I didn't get a picture. One of my team members demonstrated this box last night at our meeting. Well, kind of the same idea, only her box was a little bit bigger and mine's a little bit smaller. But this works, so this is how I did it. So now we're going to just go ahead and close this all up like this to make your box. Just going to close up all like that. So what I'm going to do for mine is I'm going to put Tombow on the outsides. Oh, of course, I grab an empty one. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Oh, I hope you guys are liking these projects, because otherwise you're probably going, wow, this is kind of a hot mess today. So go up like this, and then you want these guys to tuck in, so they need some glue on this side, like that. You don't need a lot. And then you're going to close this up so that, okay, let me think, so that that tab is on the inside, but it has, well, we could do it like this. That'll work. And then that tab's completely enclosed. Okay, like this. Oops. Get that on the inside. Can you see what I'm doing? And then I'm closing it like that. So that tab's completely enclosed by both of the sides. Well, this is what I mean about doing Tombow on a video. You know what? It doesn't. There. Let's get a little bit more glue right there. I have it, but let me put just a tad bit more. And we'll close it like this. Okay, there we go. Oh, thank you, Julie. Dark, oh, you like the dark chocolate? I like some dark chocolate. I haven't actually eaten this one, but I didn't want to eat it before the video. Let's go ahead and stamp some cauldrons. So we're gonna take some, this is gorgeous grape, for Pete's sakes. I had several samples just in case I missed that one up. I needed several samples of my other one. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp the cauldron. I'm not going to stamp two. You could, one is for the front, and you definitely could stamp two if you want to, but again, I'm guessing if you make treat boxes, you make multiples. So I personally wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't take time with it, because if I were making this for a craft fair, I wouldn't have time to do that extra cauldron. But I'm going to just do this one like this, and then we'll cut a second one. Actually, I probably could cut this off, and I can cut them both at the same time. So let's go ahead and let's do that. I'm going to cut this at the top. Make sure I don't cut into my cauldron. And is this big enough to do on the back? Yeah, I think so. We're gonna live dangerously and try it. Okay, so let's get our die cutting machine back out here. And then let's try and cut both of these at the same time. We'll see if that'll work or not. I think it will. All right, let's get going here. And I stamped a Memento Black. If you are a stamper, you know the ink I'm using. So there we go. Or I should say, if you're a Stampin' Up person, you know that I'm using. Oops. Okay. You want your plates to be squared up to go through your die cutting machine. Let's see if that's all going to work. I think it is. And now that I think of it, I think we needed to cut some, yeah, that works. So I've got two here. So you can do that to save a little time. Stamp one and then put the other piece of purple behind it, and then you've got it. Let's go ahead, and in your packet, you'll have a little piece of this peach pie glimmer paper. And this is the goo. That's what the girls were calling it last night. On your tutorial, I used the word drips. I used drips, but they called it glue. They called it goo last night. So I'm like, yeah, it is gooey. It's a witch's brew, right? It's got the witch's broom. We don't have the witch, but we have the witch's broom. And so we know this is a witch's cauldron. So I think goo is probably a little bit more accurate. All right, let's go ahead and start building our little box here. So actually, before we do that, let's do the front of our cauldron, and then we'll put it all together. I have already stamped and die cut the books again, so I'm going to go ahead and color those. I'm going to use the same colors. So actually, to make this whole class, you only need 3 colors of blends markers or something else to color with. If you have watercolor pencils or Stampin' Right markers, you can use those as well. And then let's do another one here. Another orange one. You only need pumpkin pie, smoky slate, and granny apple green. Okay, let's do purple on the top. Just gonna get this colored fast. This is not gonna be like your most beautiful coloring that you've ever seen in your life. And let's see, this one, I think this one, we'll just put a purple edge on this one as well. Come around here. Now, I specifically, well, I'll tell you about that in a minute. Let's go ahead and assemble this box. So, I'm going to lay down the back of the box first. and then get this centered on here. And it wouldn't matter. You could glue it to the front too, but I'm going to put my glue. Is this the wrong one again? Let me throw this out so I don't grab it again. Here. Then I'm going to, again, we're just going to put some glue on the back of this. And I'm going to try and just center this. I'm getting over the top. I'll hope to stay out of the video. Like so. Like so. I'm just pressing it. And then before it gets too settled, I'm going to get my top one on. I'm just looking over the top of this and trying to line it up the best I can this way. And then I'm going to set it down because I want mine to sit up. So I want these legs to be, and I'm not pushing hard at all, but I am kind of tapping them so that they're all four lined up. Makes sense? That's how you can make that little guy work. Then, or sit up. If you don't care that it sits up, you can put your box all the way down at the bottom. But I wanted mine to sit up. Usually at craft fairs, I like them to sit up. And when you give people gifts, it's kind of fun that they can set them up at their desk or on their table. Let's go ahead and let's just stick with Tombow for the goo. So this is Peach Pie Glimmer. It's out of the 2024-2026 in color glimmer paper. It's such a long title for what it is, but let's go ahead and grab that. And we'll stick that on here, like so. And then let's grab our books again and our little crow again. I have him colored, I guess, except for his little feet. He has a cute face. I don't know that any of us are in love with crows, but this little crow has a cute face. So we'll get him on here. Kind of the same thing we did on our first box. Let's go ahead and get these books on. I'm gonna get these down here. And then I got the idea for this from Erica Serwin. This was her box pattern. This is not exactly her project, exactly the way she did it, but that's where I got the box pattern. So I've got this to fit. Now we just need a greeting. So you're gonna take a piece, so this will be in your kit as well. So I'm gonna take a piece of peach pie cardstock, and this is only 3/8 by like 3 inches, something like that. And let's do our Happy Halloween greeting again. Grab it here. Pam, you struggled too. I know, I used to hate 3D. Years ago, when I was just stamping purely for my hobby, not for any income or profit, I hated 3D. And my best friend that was stamping with me, we were both really, really into stamping. She loved 3D, so she'd come over to stamp with me, and we always shared projects with each other. So she'd bring a project over, and I'd have one for her. And I started doing 3D with her, and I got better at it. And then when I decided to do Stampin' Up! As for some income, I started to get involved in craft fairs. I'm just feeling where these dimensionals are. So I'm going to kind of go right there. So I'm not putting one dimensional on top of another. But I started doing craft fairs to, get my name out there for people to get to know me who are local. So there's our cute little box. Now for the photo, and what you can do is these are some candy corns, and this is a 2x. It's called a pretzel box online if you go on Amazon, or I got mine at Michael's. So and I cut off the top of it. They're a little bit longer than that, but they're 2 inches wide. The other thing I did was, so I got these at Dollar Tree. So these are the Reese's Pumpkins. So you can get those, you can get 2 of those in there, and they're orange and purple. So that goes really good. Well, why don't we just go ahead and wrap that up? Maybe for this one we'll tie with black and white ribbon. Let's do that. Well, will this be better? Oh, I like the black and white. Let's do that. So for tying bows around packages, now this is a Stampin' Up clear envelope. So all I did with this is I just put my candy in there and I kind of offset them a little bit. I'm going to fold that. I'm just going to twist. I want my Reese's Pumpkins to still be on the front, and then I'm going to grab my ribbon and hold it and bring it around like so, and then I'm just going to, I don't put a rubber band on this to hold it closed or anything. I just pull shut around my cello bag. And again, you can make your Stampin' Up clear envelopes work for a lot of inside treat boxes to hold your treats, because you can tape them if you need to, if they're too big. Anyway, we're gonna get our cute little bow here, and then let's get that trimmed a bit. You know, in truth, you could make a little tag with these guys on it and just do your candy like that. But if you want to make it extra special, I have a lot of people in my life that are stampers that make a lot of little gift boxes. So, and that actually fits in there pretty snug. So we've got that one, or we've got this one. But that gives you a couple ideas for that guy. Okay, so there's our first 2 projects. We've got one more really, really easy treat box. So it's not really even a box. So we're going to take a piece, for this one, we're going to take a piece of, I'm going to get all my bits out here first. We're going to take a piece of black, basic black, that's 5.5. Let's see, is it 5.5 this way? Yeah, it's 5.5 this way and 6 inches this way. And then I scored it at 1/4 inch. Can you see this tiny, tiny score line or flap? So that's scored at 1/4 inch. And then what am I at? The other one is 2 3/4 inches. I'm gonna get these out of the way for you. Then let's go to this one. So for this one, again, I did this with economy in mind, both economy for cardstock, well, mostly for saving your cardstock. If you could make this 6 by 6, and you would have a little bit more room for your candy bar, but then you can only get one out of a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper. So I'm showing you how to do this to save your paper. So we are for sure on this one, we're going to use Tombow. So let's go ahead and square this up. And that's a tiny little line there, so I'm probably going to get glue on my hand. So I'm just going to bring a tissue and hold that over a little bit and then press. Oh, I didn't. None even seeped out. And then what we're gonna do with this, we really want this to dry. So we're gonna go ahead and put something on this. We really need that to set really well. Now, what Tombow does is it seals the paper actually together. It kind of molds it together so that the two become one, so to speak. So that's why you want to use Tombow for your 3D projects that really need to stay closed. Okay, now we're going to take these cute little bubbles. So there's 3 sizes of bubble stamps in this stamp set. So there's a medium, This is a big, a medium, and a small. And we're just going to cover, oh, the other thing is there's like these little, well, you can't see them until I stamp them, but there's these little sparkles, like something's bubbling out, kind of like effervescence. Let's go with that word. And then we're just going to stamp these. And I'm doing pumpkin pie on pumpkin pie, so I know they don't show up super well on the video, but in person you can see how cute they are, these cute little bubbles. Now this idea for the bubble background I got from Erica as well. She did a completely different, it was a completely different treat box, but now I need the medium one, I think. Yeah, but I got this idea from her. I thought it was really cute. So okay, that's good. We've got a lot of bubbles there. Oh, and the sparkles. So let's get the little sparkles. There's actually 2 little sparkle stamps, but I think they're super cute. And we're going to put stuff in the middle, so we don't want to take too much time stamping in the middle because it's going to be covered up. Okay, there we go. All right, there's the sparkles and the bubbles. How do you get to... Yeah, you can, oh, for sure. So Liz is saying just use 12 by 12 cardstock, and she's right. I don't have any, well, I probably do have 12 by 12 cardstock, but so do what Liz says, and you can do this 6 by 6, and then what you want to do is you would probably want to make that flap 1/2 inch. You have to adjust it. You can really just wrap around. This is for a plain Hershey's bar. So in reality, all you need to do is get around your candy bar. To cover it with the little fold in to kind of make it neat and tidy on the end of it. So let's go ahead though and finish this. So I'm going to die cut some bubbles, and I'm going to die cut some more goo. So let me set aside all these bits for a moment. I'm going to set this aside, but I'm going to keep the block on it. So if you do want to make a lot of these, just make sure you do this the night before or the morning before, just so that if you're doing a bunch of them, you're given plenty of time to sit. Okay, let's grab... Gonna grab our dies. We need one of these is going to be for the goo, and so we'll just do that one, and then we're going to make some bubbles. There are also a lot of bubble dies in this, so I'm going to grab, there's this one that cuts out a big, a medium, and 2 small. So you can cut that one out and pretty much be done. But I'm going to do probably a couple extras. So I'll do, then there's another die for 2, and then 1 for 1. I think I'll do the 2. We don't need 10 million bubbles, but we do need several. Okay, so let's just die cut that. And I think that's all the die cutting we're doing on this card. The rest, no. Oh well, let's do this. We need another broom. So we're gonna do this. And I'll get these out of here for a moment. I'm gonna grab back the broom and the broom handle. And then let's go ahead and scoot this back here, and then again you'll have the parts for all of these in your packet that you get for your free class. Okay, let's do that. Get this under here. Go ahead. You know, I was thinking about, we could have made our broom Daffodil Delight or crushed curry and give it a little bit more color. So this is a little bit more, I guess, Halloween-ish, that it's not fancy and pretty, but you could make it fancy and pretty. Okay, so let's do that. All right, now we're ready to finish this one. Let's go ahead and let's do the, we're going to only put our candy bar in last. This is 2, I think, 2 1/4 by 5. You could again make this 5 1/4, but again, I was trying to save on paper. But if you wanted it to fill out a little bit more of your candy bar holder, it might also depend on what candy bar you get to fit in it, how long you want this piece to be. But mine for this one is, that's how big mine is. It's, what I say, 2 1/4 by 5. All right, let's get our goo on here. This cauldron, I will have die cut for you, and I will have put it through the one of the embossing folders that I cannot think of the name of. I want to say crosshatch, but that's not right. And again, so frustrating when technology doesn't work. If I had my PDF is all done. You know, I just didn't print it last night. So I printed it, wanted to print it this morning in the printer. Ugh, we need a new one. It prints fine, but only when it wants to. It has a mind of its own. Okay, so we're just going to stick this time the purple glue. Now the purple glimmer comes with, it comes with 3 colored glimmer, it's called, and it's the Highland Heather. I want to make sure that's even. The Highland Heather, what's in it? Taken with, or Pretty and Peacock, and let's do our ingredient, and Petal Pink. But it's called 3 colored glimmer, so you have to put it in like that if you're looking online. Now listen, here's a trick for shopping online. I know that we are needing to look online a lot more than we used to for our products, because first of all, there's so many online exclusives, of which this is one. I did put the number for this bundle here, Potions and Spells, so if you need the number for that, you've got it. But sometimes in the search bar online, if you can't find something, you want to just put maybe one word in, because sometimes less is more with the search, with the way the searches go. So just a little thing to help you not be frustrated. Well, what was I going to do? Oh, we were going to stamp this, so we need a little hocus pocus. This is Granny Apple Green. As you can see, I've combined a lot of colors that are, well, I've used them consistently in my projects today. So Granny Apple Green, Pumpkin Pie, Black, and Purple. So, and Highland Heather. So those are my favorite Halloween colors together. So that's what I've done today. And the paper, the new paper that I talked about, the Halloween paper, I'll show that to you in just a few minutes. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna kind of place this here. It's gonna go about there. I think I'll go ahead and we can go ahead and put, no, I have to do my ribbon, which means I have to do my candy bar. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the candy bar, of which I had it here, and I probably showed it to you, and then I moved it, and I gave them to the girls last night so that they'd have candy bars in there. Here we go. Got hidden. Imagine that, anything getting hidden on a desk. So this is just a plain Hershey's candy bar. There's no nuts or anything, and I'm sticking it in like, so you can see it's kind of a tight squeeze, like so. And if you want the silver to show, then you'll have to pull it through. I don't really care if it does, although sometimes people want to see what it is. So let's go ahead and untuck the flap. There we go. So now it kind of shows a little bit more. like there. So there's that. And I think it sat long enough to be glued that I think it's going to be okay. So now we want to tie some ribbon around this. Because this is such a if you use, like Liz said, 12 by 12 and you cut your paper 6 by 6, you probably don't have to add this ribbon. But for additional support, I wanted to make sure, let's see, I want my bow to go this way because our stuff's going to be over here, all our fancy stuff. So you wouldn't have to secure it with the ribbon, but I wanted this held shut. I just wanted to make sure. Let's see. Well, wait a minute. Well, we'll just tie it like this and then we'll go from there. No, sorry. Still flustered over my box, my first box. I'll get it fixed though, and as I said, I will just do a video, probably not a Facebook Live, although I might do a Facebook Live. And I'll just come on whenever and show you how to make the box easily without all that mischief we did at the beginning. Okay, so now we're just gonna pull our ribbon closed, and that will secure your, if you're using 5.5 by 11 paper so that you're only getting 2 out of your paper, then you'll probably wanna get a ribbon around it just to secure it, just to make sure. And that's kind of a big bow. Let's make that smaller here. I'm not looking at your comments. Yeah, Liz, I was just looking at her comment again. She's saying you would get 4 out of a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. You know, I don't even know, thinking of that. We used to, as an even, I think last year, have, we're going to stick this guy on like this. Kind of like that, and then we're going to have some bubbles up there. We used to have 12 by 12 in black and white. I know we have white for sure. I'm not sure we still have black by itself. That would have been something to look into before today. Let's go ahead and get our cute little cauldron on here with the purple glue. Okay, the purple goo, I meant to say. Okay, so there's that. Then we're going to, I want this to kind of look like it's coming out of the bow, or at least out of the ribbon. So I'm probably going to put a dimensional here, and then on the part where the little hole is, because I kind of want, I don't want that to show that it's not having ribbon come through it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to grab my mini glue dots again. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Well, let's just go ahead and grab, well, I'm going to need them. I don't know, my friends, things just disappear. It's not really as messy as it usually is, but I put them down somewhere. Where are you? One of my stampers says, just follow your nose down. I don't know, but I need mini glue dots for this, so. Well, never mind. We're going to just use dimensionals because I have no idea what happened to them. So let's, well, you know what would be better? I just want this part to be flat so it goes in under that bow. So we're just going to, instead of a mini glue dot, if you can find your mini glue dots, then you go ahead and use a mini glue dot to kind of stick this in like so. So you kind of hide that hole a little bit. Does that make sense? Okay, now let's grab our broom. This time I'm going to go ahead and let that front of the broom show. You could do, well, dang it, I need mini glue dots for this for sure. Okay, I'm doing a sweep. Talk amongst yourselves while I'm hunting for the glue dots. Here they are. They were under the TV. I don't know how that works. Okay, so let's grab this guy and I think I hear my printer just going off with my PDF that I wanted to before I started all this. All right, let's grab another mini glue dot and let's get it going right here. Okay, now I need another one right on the broom so that it sticks down when we stick it in. Let's go down here with this one. Okay, now I should have done this before the bow. This is going to go like this. Well, actually it's supposed to be in back of that, but maybe that's okay to just, that actually helps cover up the hole. And then let's get the bow right over there. So this all is one thing right here. Does that make sense? And then I've got a mini glue dot there, so that's going to hold that down. You want things pretty secure. You're probably, if you're making these, you're probably going to give them as gifts, so you want them to be secure. Let's scatter around our purple, our cute little purple bubbles, like kind of like so. And then let's get them like so. I'm trying to get all these little guys, get them placed around here so I kind of have them evenly distributed, and then we'll get the glue out and glue them. Here's a medium one. We could put one right on our black cauldron. I didn't do that in my sample, but we certainly could do that. Okay, or yeah, I think I will. Okay, now we're just gonna take, for this one I'm gonna use a mini glue dot, but for the rest I'm gonna put down a little dab of glue. You love Hershey bars? You know what, Liz, I have found at craft fairs that people want chocolate. You know, I remember I once had this cutest little, I think it was Christmas tree boxes. Some had Hershey's Kisses in them, just chocolate, and some had something else. And the gentleman was shopping with his wife, and he said, I want all chocolate. So they bought all my chocolate ones, but they didn't want the other ones. Now that's not to say I didn't sell the others, because I did, because they're super cute. But I'm just going to put this here because I'm starting to get messy with my glue. And I didn't get, and I never did, well, I shouldn't, okay, let me start that again. For something like this, I would not, use the almonds, even though I really love the Hershey's almonds, because if I was going to sell them, if you know your people that you're giving it to and you know they can have nuts and they like nuts, then by all means wrap up. I prefer nuts in my chocolate, actually, just me. Okay, so there you go. Now you don't have to make it this fancy, but at least it gives you an idea of the candy wrapper around a Hershey bar, and an easy treat. It's as easy, I mean there's some steps to it, but it's super easy. So there's your Hershey bar wrapper, and now, last but not least, we're going to make a card. Okay, so there's our third treat holder, and let's go ahead and make a really cute card. So I don't know how many of you send, or how many people in general send Halloween cards. So I do send a few. My brother and his family are crazy about Halloween. I mean, they are really Halloween people. Okay, so you'll get a kit like this. Stampin' Up! Doesn't let us send any stamped images, so I won't have any stamped images. You will need this bundle to make these cards. Unless there's something you have that you want to substitute with, and that'll work too. Okay, so this is going to go like this, so we don't want to use this as scrap paper. And then I also always put scrap paper in your packets as well. This will go on the inside of the card, so we don't need that yet. Now we are going to stamp a cauldron again. So let's grab the cauldron. Let's get this guy. So those of you watching, or even if you're watching replay or you're watching on YouTube, I'd like to know if you send Halloween cards, if that's something a lot of crafters do. Or you make Halloween treats like we're making today, either treats, little treat boxes or cards. Okay, so I'm stamping Memento Black on basic gray. And then I think that's, no, we have a little more stamping. This label comes out of the, oh my gosh, what's the name of this? Makes me frustrated when I can't remember the name of something, especially when my silly printer wouldn't print. So this other greeting that we have in here, is double, now I've got to get right over the top of this because I'm trying to get it straight. Double toil and trouble. Let's get this going here. And I'm going to make this, I'm trying to square this up with the lines on my mat to make sure I get it straight, since it's kind of a curvy little greeting. Okay, well, I did okay, not great. On my sample, I did good. So, all right, let's set that aside. We'll die cut this stuff in a moment, but right now we're going to stamp the bubbles. Okay, where's my bubble stamp? So in this stamp set, there is this cute little, well, we do have to, sorry, I got sidetracked. We do have to die cut our cauldron first because we need it so we know where to, is that this piece? Yeah. Oh yeah, we were gonna stamp on it, but now we're gonna die cut first. All right, so what we need here is there's a lot of cute little bits and pieces. I know my friend Diane that usually watches, she's all about the little bitty stuff. I'm not. You wouldn't know it from this class today, but I usually don't do cards that need a lot of putzing. Now that said, 3D takes usually a lot of putzing, even when it's an easy box. I'm going to scoot that up, and then we need a bottle filling and some green goo for this one. So we're going to take, this is the bottle filling liquid. Okay, let's go with that. This is the bottle, orange one, chemistry bottle. And then we also need for this card, oh, I can't even see my sample. What else do I need here? Oh, some green bubbles. So we need, let's just do these bubbles. The one die cutting. That's the one good thing about this set of dies though. You can cut multiples of all those bubbles. And I think it moved a little bit, but we're gonna hope it's cutting okay. Oh shoot, my bottle moved. Darn it. How bad was it? Well, I think it moved all the way off. Oh, you know, it's crooked. That's okay. It's a witch's brew, so it could be crooked. I want to take the time to restamp it. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. So I started to say I send several Halloween cards. I send them to my brother. I send them to my niece and nephew. And my niece has 2 little ones, so they'll probably each get their own Halloween card this year. And that'll be it. No, the rest of Steve's family, I don't send them Halloween cards. I probably don't send anybody else Halloween cards. But if you know people that are crazy about Halloween, then you might get some ideas from these projects, hopefully. Okay, so let's go ahead. This is why we had to die cut the cauldron, because we have to know where to put those bubbles. And the bubbles we're going to stamp again in black. And then I'm going to go up maybe a little bit. And then I'm not going to stamp the bubbles with the cauldron there, but I am going to, whoops, I think that was about, let's go about, well, hang on, I kind of messed that up. And go this way. Let's go about there, I think. Hopefully that's about right. Well, we're going to make it be right. There we go. Then what we can also do is we can go back to those bubble stamps, all the ones I was telling you, those 3 bubble stamps that we used on the on the Hershey bar project. We're going to put some more bubbles in here. So let's grab my team. As I said, my team, these were my team projects last night. And I didn't have any die cutting done for them other than what wasn't in the bundle. But of course I have the bundle here. Actually, all of them own this bundle. So they could have taken their projects home, but they did them here, which is always fun for me because I like to see them and spend time with them when I can. And I have team outside of our state, so they come and watch with us on Zoom, and then I send them their make and take packets if they want them. They don't have to get them, but I love Halloween do send cards. So Martha does. Her family and friends have gotten to where they expect it from her. That's the thing, isn't it? Once we get started doing something, especially something that we've handmade, and people love it, and then they want it every time. Okay, we're going to do some pumpkin pie bubbles. I don't know what this brew is, and I'm not going to, I should have had some of these colored already, but now on a couple of these, I'm going to put some, I don't know which ones though, so I guess I'm going to have to color. I'm going to put some of those bubbles that we already die cut. And I'm not going to go into shading these because, as I said, I'm going to cover a couple of them up. And just color fast. You get the idea. You all know how to color and color better than I do, I'm sure. So I'm just going to get these kind of color. On my sample, I did go back and shade them in, but I'm not going to do that for now to save time. All right, now we're going to put some sparkly bubbles. Now this one, I know it's not going to match up, but I'm going to make it anyway. It's going to, because I want a bubble coming out of the cauldron. So we're going to make this one actually work there. And then we're going to just put some on a couple of these other ones. So this is a medium-sized one right over the top. Now if you're making multiples of this card, you would probably know which ones you're going to put your green glitter over and which ones you're not. So, but they match up perfectly, just so you know, they match up perfectly. And then we're going to get our cauldron on here. Like so. Let's go ahead and do that. Well, let's get this. This is Granny Apple Green Glimmer paper. It is in the it's Old Olive. So it's in the Old Olive, Berry Burst, and White Glimmer Paper. That is the name of it. But again, you know, I don't want you to get discouraged looking for things online. If you just put in glimmer paper, or you put in Old Olive Glimmer, it's gonna come up. If you get confused and start putting in a lot of words, it probably won't come up. Okay, let's get our card put together. We're ready to do that. So your card front will be embossed. It is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I used the I'm going to use glue for this. I used the brick, that's not what it is, brick and mortar, I think that's what it is, embossing folder. And I'm also putting it on a gorgeous grape card. You could put it on a white card, and then you wouldn't have to put another panel on the inside, but I am going to. This outside of this card does not say Happy Halloween, so I'm gonna just do that right now. I'm gonna put Happy Halloween, and I think after actually this class, I will have all of my Halloween cards done, probably, that I'm going to do. As I said, I only send like, let's see, 5 to my Colorado family, and that's about it. Okay, Happy Halloween. That's done. Okay, let's go ahead and put our card together. I'm gonna go ahead, oops, what's going on? Oh, I didn't put any glue on it, so that's the reason. Get this done. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, it's just, oh, you had dialysis today? Oh, I'm sorry. But I'm glad you could be here with us for a while. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and glue this guy down. And this piece of white is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, I think. And the green panel is just 1/8 of an inch bigger. Okay. Now we want our little green, where's the top of my glue? Getting our little cauldron with the green bubbles sticking out the top of it, and let's grab some dimensionals. Get this on here. There's a lot on this card. I told my team, so I do charge for my team meetings. I charge $10, but I give away a lot of prizes. They get all their make and takes for that. I give them extra embellishments and ribbon usually to do their projects. So here we go, like that. And then we're gonna put on a kitty here. I've already got the kitty. Well, that one's not very centered. Oh, and let's put green eyes on our kitty. It is Halloween, plus we have a lot of green on our cards, so. And then I'm gonna do what one of our girls did last night to her kitty, and I'm gonna grab the Wink of Stella so their eyes gleam just a little bit. Oh, that looks good. Now, Wink of Stella was a little goopy, so I'm gonna have to be careful with this. Let me actually set this down on my mat for a minute, and then let's go ahead and let's get our greeting on here, like maybe about there. I'm kind of just feeling underneath it, where are the dimensionals on my pot, so I avoid them, and one is right, I get one right there. So I'm trying not to get dimensional on top of dimensional. So that's what I'm doing when I'm feeling it like that, like this. And then we've got our little bottle here and our kitty. Got to get the kitty on. So the kitty's gonna go kind of right there. And she probably needs, well, let's put one down there instead. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. So then, oops, no, I want the other feet. I have a teddy dog that's trying to get up on my lap. He's like, this is long enough. All right, well, let's get this guy on here. Like, maybe I don't want to cover up my green bubble. So let's put him like that. And now let's go ahead and secure this with, I think this would probably be a good to use a mini glue dot or two. And that goes on our bottle, like so. Okay, and then that's gonna just go in this little corner down here. For this, there's no glue dot right there, so I think I can put this right here, like this. Coat there. And now, last but not least, let's get a little bit of twine. Where's my twine? Actually, it's called linen thread, and if you're looking online or in the catalog. Okay, this is in the annual. Oops, I have thread here. Because I started to make some kits for this yesterday so that I'd be ahead of the game when your orders come in. So I already cut up some string or linen thread and had cut pieces in the kits, and I grabbed one of the kits this morning to do our class today online. And then we're gonna just trim this, and then let's go ahead and do this. And last but not least, we need some gems. So let's grab some, those are the Berry Burst ones, I think. I think I've got some purple ones. I did have some purple ones. Let's see where they could possibly be. Well, here they are. I knew I had some somewhere. Let's grab these guys, and we'll do a little bit of purple. Gems. There's big and, well, there's 2 sizes on these. No, I guess there's 3 sizes on these. So we kind of want to fit in the purple bubbles with the green and pumpkin bubbles. Let's get one. Maybe there. There. I don't like that. Let's move this one up a little bit so there's kind of a triangle. I usually try to get my gems in a triangle. So if you just make cards and you have this set or bundle, you can make a cute little card for Halloween. Hopefully that gives you some ideas. Although this is tails kind of flying in the wind, and I think that will get bent really easily. So I'm going to grab, do you remember that we have black dimensionals? We have black dimensionals in the catalog as well. So I'm going to just, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm just sticking on a black dimensional, sticking that down. And there we go. Now, okay, Martha's helping us out. She's saying it's Berry Burst. So it starts with Berry Burst in the title. If you want the exact title of where to get the green glimmer, it's called Berry Burst Old Olive and White Glimmer Paper. It's $6. So thank you, Martha. I appreciate that. So here are our projects for today. So here's our original one and our samples. Let's see, where's our other one? The box from hell. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I promise another video where I'm going to fix it and get it back perfect, so you don't have to go, what is she saying? Now, what am I supposed to do? Because that's probably what you're thinking about now. All right. Yeah, I did want Liz is saying she likes the bow on the cat's tail. I thought that was kind of cute, too. Anyway, I know I usually have ribbon on my cards and projects. Let me get myself pulled up here and I can switch this around. There we go. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me today, my friends. It was kind of a hot mess, but I hope you got some ideas. I hope you can use what I showed you today for your own Halloween treats and cards. I'm really grateful you were here. I'm always so thankful that you spent time with me, and I'm sorry I wasted some of your time at the beginning. I hate that. But I promise to fix that video, and I'll be back and make it easier. Oh my gosh, I'm calling an emergency maybe. It's been that kind of a day. So I'll see you soon, my friends. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.